Today's topic is on thyroid and parathyroid gland. What are these glands? These are endocrine glands, isn't it? So, about the introduction, thyroid gland is an endocrine gland. So, which is the largest gland? See here, this is a neck, isn't it? So, at the midline, here, this is a thyroid gland, thyroid cartilage and cricoid cartilage. So, behind this thyroid gland, there is a trachea, isn't it? In the neck portion.
I heard that thyroid is the biggest in the crime.
Yeah, biggest endocrine in size. And embryologically, it is a first gland, endocrine gland begins to develop. First endocrine gland begins to develop. Okay, development. So, this is about the thyroid gland, trachea, thyroid cartilage, cricoid cartilage. Okay, midline structure. Okay, it is situated in the lower part of the front and side of the neck. Lower part of front and side of a neck, isn't it? This is neck portion.
Can you feel the gland?
Here, Adam's apple.
Yes.
Just below this one. Here.
Here.
Yeah. This is not a thyroid. This is Adam's apple. This one.
Adam's apple?
Yeah. Thyroid cartilage. Okay. And it is regulates the basal metabolic rate. It regulates the basal metabolic rate and it plays an important role in calcium metabolism. It plays important role in calcium metabolism. Histology class is over for you.
Yes.
How it will regulate with the calcium metabolism?
Calcitonin. Cell. C cell.
Huh?
C cell.
Parafollicular cells.
C cell.
Yeah, parafollicular cells. So good. So with these parafollicular cells, it regulates the calcium metabolism. So same thing, it is a neck. Okay, thyroid cartilage, and this portion it is the thyroid gland here. On either side, carotid artery and the vein. Okay,
The whole portion is-
jugular vein. These two are. Yes,
The whole portion is.
neck. The whole portion is neck. In this, here is the thyroid gland. Thyroid gland. Okay, and this is thyroid cartilage. Same thing about the location. Front and side of the trachea, opposite to the 5th, 6th, and 7th cervical vertebrae. So these are C3, C4, C5, C6 up to T1, C7. These are the cervical vertebrae. Okay. At the level of C5, C6, C7. Okay. And at the thoracic one up to here it is present. Location. Okay. Location. Next is about the parts of thyroid gland. It has two lateral lobes and one isthmus. Two lateral lobe and one isthmus. These are the two lateral lobes and center one, this is isthmus. See here, only one side lateral lobe and the isthmus. Whole this thing is lateral lobe and center part it is isthmus here. Okay. So in the lobes of parathyroid, it has got apex, base, anterolateral surface and the posterolateral surface, medial surface and anterior and posterior border. Just you concentrate on the lobe, it has got the apex and the base, isn't it? Apex and the base and anterolateral surface, posterolateral surface, isn't it? So inside this one there is a one surface, isn't it? That is medial surface. Whole of this thing is medial surface, anterolateral surface, posterolateral surface, and this is anterior border. Whole of this thing is posterior border. These two are the borders of thyroid gland. Posterior border, anterior border, apex, base, anterolateral surface, posterolateral surface, and inside medial surface. These are the parts of the lobes. Okay, next is isthmus, the center part, isthmus. So it has got anterior surface, just opposite to this, that is posterior surface, that is inside. Okay, and upper border and the lower border. These are the parts of isthmus, isthmus of thyroid gland. Same thing, I have, these are the two lateral lobes, isthmus. In some cases, you will find the pyramidal lobe, slightly elevation from the isthmus. See here, and this ligament is from higher to pyramidal lobe. This is the levator glandular thyroidea. This is a ligament. Okay. In some cases, so what is the isthmus? Isthmus is a center part. These two are the right lobe, left lobe. Right lobe, left lobe. It is connected by isthmus, center part. Okay. Next is about the measurements of thyroid gland. Height is 5 cm, breadth is 3 cm, width is 2 cm, and weight is about 25 gram, and isthmus it is about 1.2 cm.
Doctor, measure for what isthmus just measures?
Measurement length,
Gland.
isthmus.
Just this.
Yes, this one.
No, doctor. Go back.
Yes.
This the height for isthmus or the whole gland?
Whole gland 5 cm height. Lateral lobe.
Yes.
Okay. And breadth, thickness 3 cm. Okay. And width 2 cm. Weight is 25 gram. Okay. About isthmus 1.25 cm. Okay. Usually measurements, all these things we won't ask. Okay. Just for anatomy class, you have to know all the measurements, this, everything you should know. That is why we are telling. So it is difficult to memorize all the centimeters, width, breadth, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Next is about the coverings of thyroid gland. It has
Two
two
cups.
coverings, that is true capsule and false capsule.
بريتر كيف ايش؟
Covering.
Yes.
Okay. Coverings of thyroid gland. It has two coverings, true and false. True covering and false covering.
Capsule?
Huh?
Celiac capsule?
Capsule or cover, it is same thing. So just after the glandular tissue, one covering is there. Okay, that is true capsule, which covers the gland. Okay, that is true capsule. Here, this is the glandular tissue, thyroid gland. Okay, and here is a true capsule, green color line. After this, one more green color line is there. It is false capsule. Just after the glandular tissue, okay, there is a true capsule. And after this, there is a false capsule. False capsule is a part of deep cervical fascia, pretracheal fascia. Deep cervical fascia, pretracheal fascia. So that is nothing but the false capsule of the thyroid gland. Okay. See here. This is a glandular tissue. Okay. Immediately after this, there is a one covering which covers the whole gland, So this is true capsule. Okay. And this is false capsule. True capsule, false capsule. This is about the capsule of thyroid gland. And just below the true capsule, there is a venous plexus. Between the glandular tissue and the true capsule, there is a venous plexus in case of thyroid gland. So, to avoid the hemorrhage during thyroidectomy, along with the true capsule, the gland has to remove. Okay. Whereas in case of prostate gland, prostate, you know, prostate gland. Prostate gland. Here is a slide of prostate gland. So here is a true capsule, glandular tissue, true capsule, and false capsule. So the venous plexus in the prostate present in between the true capsule and the false capsule. So along with the false capsule and true capsule, whole gland has to remove during prostatectomy. Okay.
So,
This one. So this is a thyroid gland, glandular tissue, true capsule immediately after glandular tissue, and then there is a false capsule. Okay. So in between glandular tissue and the true capsule, there is a venous plexus. Venous plexus. So if you have to remove the thyroid, that is thyroidectomy. Along with the true capsule, you have to remove to avoid hemorrhage because it contains the venous plexus. This is about the capsule of thyroid gland. Next is about the relations of thyroid gland. Apex part, medially, it is related to inferior constrictor. Inferior constrictor, it is a muscle of pharynx. Huh? Yeah. Pharynx you have to study. Superior constrictor, middle constrictor, and inferior constrictor. Muscles are there, isn't it? So, medially, it is related to the inferior constrictor. Apex of the thyroid gland. And laterally, it is related with the sternothyroid. Okay. Sternothyroid. At the base, it is related to the inferior thyroid artery and recurrent laryngeal nerve. So, at the base here is the inferior thyroid artery. Here it is now. At the base, it is related to the inferior thyroid artery and recurrent laryngeal nerve. Next is here, it is a transverse section through the neck, whole of this is thyroid gland, C-shape, isn't it? Thyroid gland, and this is trachea, esophagus, okay, and this is capsule, and these are the muscles around the neck, okay, and this is a thyroid gland, sternothyroid muscle, okay, and this is omohyoid muscle, sternothyroid muscle, and this is sternocleidomastoid muscle, okay, and looking at this diagram, relations you will come to know, anterior relation, posterior relation, okay. This is posterior aspect of the thyroid gland. Posterior aspect, and here at the posterior border you can see the parathyroid, superior parathyroid and inferior parathyroid gland. Okay, superior and inferior parathyroid gland. This is glandular tissue. Okay. Same thing. Next is arterial supply. It is
From
supplied
aorta.
by
Aorta.
huh?
Direct from aorta.
Which one? Arterial supply.
Aorta. Yes.
No. So many branches are there. So arterial supply, it is mainly by the superior thyroid artery and the inferior thyroid artery and numerous accessory arteries. Okay. So this is superior thyroid artery and the inferior thyroid artery.
Carotid artery.
Superior thyroid artery, inferior thyroid artery. Superior thyroid artery,
They come from the common carotid artery.
no. Superior thyroid artery, it is a branch of external carotid artery.
External.
Common carotid here, it divides into external and internal carotid artery. Here, branch, isn't it? So, here, one branch is there, that is superior thyroid artery. It is a branch of external carotid artery, isn't it? And
Inferior.
inferior thyroid artery, it is a branch of thyrocervical trunk. Here, thyrocervical trunk. Inferior thyroid artery. Apart from this, there may be many accessory small arteries supplies to the thyroid gland. So it has got rich blood supply. Okay, rich blood supply, thyroid gland. And rarely by the arteria thyroidae ema. Arteria thyroidae ema. Rarely it supplies. So it is nothing but branch from the arch of aorta directly. Which one? Really, in some individual we may form. Yeah. Some people. Only about 1%, 0.5%. Some person. In some persons. Okay. Directly from the arch of aorta, there is a branch supplies to the thyroid gland. In rare case. Normally, superior and inferior thyroid artery. Superior thyroid artery, it is a branch of external carotid artery, and inferior thyroid artery, it is branch from thyrocervical trunk. Is it clear? Next is about the venous drainage. Venous drainage, it is by the superior thyroid vein, middle thyroid vein and inferior thyroid vein. So the superior thyroid vein here, superior thyroid vein at the apex, it emerges and drains into the internal carotid vein.
Emerges means
Internal jugular vein. It drains into the internal jugular vein. And the middle thyroid vein, it drains into the common facial vein. Okay. And inferior thyroid vein here. Inferior thyroid vein, it drains into the internal jugular vein. Okay. This is about the venous drainage. So, whereas in case of veins, superior, middle and inferior thyroid veins. Okay. In case of blood supply, arterial supply, only two arteries, superior thyroid artery and the inferior thyroid artery. Okay. Next is about the lymphatic drainage. The upper group, the veins drains into the pre-laryngeal and jugulodigastric group of lymph nodes, and lower group, half of this gland, the lymph drains into the pre-laryngeal and jugulodigastric group of lymph node, and lower group that drains into the pretracheal nodes, okay, along with the recurrent laryngeal nerve. Okay. These are the lower group drains into these nodes, and ultimately these drains into the venous system, lymph. Okay. Next is about the nerve supply. The parasympathetic, it is by the vagus and recurrent laryngeal nerve. So this parasympathetic, it is a secretomotor to the gland, that is by the vagus and recurrent laryngeal nerve, and sympathetic, that is vasomotor, okay, that is by the superior, middle and inferior cervical ganglia. There are cervical ganglia in the neck region, okay, superior, middle and inferior cervical ganglia. Branches from these ganglia supplies the sympathetic nerve supply to the thyroid gland. Next is about the developmental anomaly of the thyroid gland, thyroglossal cyst. Here you can see the thyroglossal cyst, developmental anomaly. Next is thyroglossal fistula. So here opening is there in the neck region, okay, and this is the case of thyroglossal fistula.
This is tumor.
Huh?
Tumor.
Not tumor, just it is a opening. It is a opening. Thyroglossal duct develop.
Congenital.
Yeah, congenital anomaly. Developmental is nothing but congenital anomaly.
Doctor, these come during development, not after birth.
After birth only.
After birth.
Due to development, defect in development. These are the conditions. Thyroglossal cyst will be there. So, development of tongue, you know.
What?
Development of tongue.
Tongue.
How the tongue develops.
We
Embryology class.
didn't sit here.
Then you will come to know. From that part, thyroglossal duct will be there. That descends downwards, and then it will detach. It will remains in the neck. From the beginning of the development of tongue, there is a foramen cecum is there, one part. From there, it will come down. Okay. If it is persists, that leads to thyroglossal fistula. There is an opening. Okay. Normally, it disappears. Okay. Afterwards, it will come to the neck region, thyroid gland. So, lingual thyroid, if it is remains in the tongue, that is lingual. So, that is lingual thyroid. See here. Thyroid tissue, it remains in the tongue region, posterior most of the tongue. There we can see the thyroid tissue or thyroid gland, that is lingual thyroid, developmental anomaly. Next is ectopic thyroid, any other apart from the normal side. Ectopic thyroid, accessory thyroid, and this is accessory thyroid and agenesis of the thyroid. That is, there is no development of the thyroid gland. That is also one
Removal
of the
of thyroid.
yeah, removal. This one. This is thyroid tissue, and this is removal of the accessory thyroid gland. And next is about the applied anatomy. Goiter, any abnormal enlargement in the thyroid, we will call it as goiter. See here, in this case, neck region, there is an enlargement of the neck here. Okay, that is goiter. And hyperthyroidism, increased secretion of thyroid hormone, that is hyperthyroidism. And hypothyroidism, decreased secretion of the thyroid hormone. Hypo means decrease. Okay. And next is thyroidectomy. In the
No.
hyperthyroidism, excessive release of thyroid hormone. You can do the thyroidectomy, removal of the thyroid gland. Okay. That we will call it as thyroidectomy. This is about the thyroid. Next is parathyroid glands. About the location, at the posterior
It's
aspect of the thyroid gland.
above of the thyroid gland.
Above?
No, in thyroid gland. Parathyroid. 4 glands.
4.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what superior and inferior, left and right. Parathyroid gland. Okay. About the situation of parathyroid gland, usually these are paired. Here one part of thyroid gland is there. That is why you are confused. Only one part. Right side, left side it is not there. Only right side it is there. So this is superior thyroid gland and the inferior thyroid gland here. Just one spot is there. Okay. It is very minimum in size. And it is very small, less than 5 mm. 5 mm is just little, less than this one. Okay, parathyroid gland. And it is called the parathyroid gland because they are positioned on the posterior margin, outer surface of the
Around
thyroid. Para means
the
side. Okay, that's why these are called parathyroid hormone. And more superior of each pair, usually near the middle margin of the lobe. So, whole of this thing is posterior margin, isn't it? Exactly at the middle, the superior parathyroid hormone locates. Location of the superior parathyroid. So, whole of this length, posterior border, exactly at the middle, you will find a superior parathyroid hormone, superior parathyroid gland. Okay. And more inferior of each pair, usually inferior apex of the lobe. Inferiorly, the inferior parathyroid hormone gland is present. See here, this is anterior aspect of thyroid gland. This is thyroid gland, thyroid cartilage, and it is posterior aspect. See here, parathyroid hormones. There are 4. Okay, 2 superior and 2 inferior parathyroid hormones. Sorry, parathyroid gland. Next is about the arterial supply of parathyroid gland. It is by the inferior thyroid artery. Blood supply of parathyroid gland, it is by the inferior thyroid artery. Okay.
This is the main artery that
You mean?
supplies. The main artery that supplies the
Parathyroid? Yeah. That is inferior thyroid artery supplies the parathyroid gland. Both the superior and inferior.
thyroid supply is for thyroid.
Parathyroid, same thing. Okay. Which supplies the inferior thyroid artery supplies the thyroid gland, isn't it? So same artery supplies to the parathyroid gland. Inferior, not superior.
For or the 4 glands.
All four. Okay. So the superior glands usually embedded in the fat on the posterior surface of the middle or upper portion of the thyroid lobe. See here, it is embedded in the thyroid tissue. Okay, it is embedded. The lower glands near the lower pole of the thyroid gland, as already told you. And in 1 to 5% inferior gland in deep mediastinum. Rare case this is in mediastinum. See here. In this there are small oval rounds in the posterior aspect of the thyroid gland. These are the
Parathyroid doesn't have capsule.
no
No capsule.
no parathyroid gland. These 2 are the parathyroid glands. Next is about the
doesn't have thin capsule.
no. It is embedded in the thyroid. These parathyroid gland embedded. Embedded means it is within the thyroid gland. Within the thyroid gland. So functions of this parathyroid gland to regulate the calcium levels via its action on 3 target organs, that is bone, kidney and the gut. Okay. And it increases the reabsorption of bone by stimulating osteoclasts and promotes the release of calcium and phosphate into the circulation. Okay, so it increases the serum calcium level due to secretion of parathyroid hormone. It increases the serum calcium level. Okay, whereas in case of parafollicular cells of thyroid, what it causes? Decreases the serum calcium level. Exactly vice versa.
So when there's,
Parathyroid and parafollicular cells of thyroid.
so when there's the high parathyroid, this would be
Decrease.
Yeah, it increases. Whenever in the serum calcium decreases, so it will stimulate. So reabsorption from the gut and the kidney and also from the bone. That is by osteoclast cells. It will breaks up into calcium and chloride, isn't it? Calcium. So it regains and pour into the circulation so that the serum calcium level increases. Okay, if it increases to the higher level, again the parafollicular cells get stimulated. Okay, if it is in very high, again it will low down the calcium level, serum calcium level. Exactly vice versa function. Parathyroid and parafollicular cells of thyroid. Is it clear? This is about the today's lab. About the summary, it is a thyroid gland. It is a largest endocrine gland. Is it clear? And it is first gland to endocrine gland to
Develop.
begin. Okay, begin. That is developmentally. It starts first among all endocrine glands.
after delivery.
Yeah, it is first to begin ossify. Okay, developmentally. Okay, and it is a largest gland, and it is supplied by superior and inferior thyroid arteries. Superior thyroid, it is a branch of external carotid, whereas inferior thyroid artery, it is a branch of thyrocervical trunk. Okay, and venous drainage, it is by three: superior, middle, and inferior. Okay, it has got two capsule, true capsule and the false capsule. So within the true capsule, there is a venous plexus. Within the true capsule, between glandular tissue and the true capsule, in between these two, there is a venous plexus. Keep it in mind.
Between or under?
Yeah, under. Between the glandular tissue and the true capsule, there is a venous plexus. So in thyroidectomy, along with the true capsule, we have to remove the gland. Okay, is it clear? And about the parathyroid gland,
So embedded.
Have no nerve supply.
nerve supply, it is by the parasympathetic and sympathetic. So parasympathetic, it is secretomotor.
Not embedded.
It is by the vagus, parasympathetic. Okay, whereas sympathetic nerve supply, it is by the superior, middle and inferior cervical ganglia. Superior, middle and inferior cervical ganglions are there. Ganglions, branches from these ganglions supplies sympathetic nerve supply to the gland. Okay, whereas parasympathetic, it is by the vagus and recurrent laryngeal nerve. Parasympathetic supply, it is by the, that is secretomotor. It causes secretomotor, that is by the vagus and recurrent laryngeal nerve. Is it clear? And about the parathyroid gland, there are superior and inferior. Okay, there are four glands, left and right, superior and inferior. These are embedded in the posterior border of the thyroid gland. Okay, and blood supply of parathyroid gland,
Inferior.
inferior
thyroid.
thyroid artery. Very good. Okay, and it regulates the
Calcium and phosphate.
calcium level in the blood. Okay, that is serum calcium. It regulates. Okay, that is mainly it increases the serum calcium level. Parathyroid gland. This is about the summary. Is it okay?